Alright, what's up YouTube? How's everybody doing? Alright, y'all ready for today's video? Because I got a cool one for you today. So this one's a little different. I went to purchase this figure and I couldn't find any reviews whatsoever online. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to buy it. Make my own video. You already saw the thumbnail. You know who I'm talking about. I hope you're excited for it because I ain't seen no videos. I ain't seen no reviews on this one. So guess what? Here we are. Let's do it. Alright, so today I have the Marvel Universe variant Bring Arts designed by Tetsuya Nomura, Captain America. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Man, look at that. This guy is cool looking. I like the two shields. I wouldn't use this one personally because I'm just really partial to that, but it might be cool to have him wield to. Maybe put the gold one on the back. Maybe that's your personal favorite. I don't see that this one really works with this, but you know, hey. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get him out here in a second. Just kind of want to show y'all the box. There's a side. There's the back of it with a whole bunch of writing. Square Enix. There's very cool. And I will share how I think he's about. Just a disclaimer, I did get him out and kind of mess with him a little bit because there was a whole bunch of accessories. I was not sure what the heck they were. So let's go ahead and open him up. I'm going to open him up on camera. I know that's kind of rare, but he comes up pretty easy. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at that right behind him. Slid the box out. Or slid the plastic out. So this is the way he comes. He comes very protected. Like I said, I couldn't get the hands. There's a whole bunch of hands, and I couldn't figure out which way they went. So it's kind of loose. It was loose to begin with when I first got him out. Took the top thing off. Took the top piece of plastic off. There he is. There they are. There's all the pieces. I'm trying to hold it very carefully. Pretty cool. I'm gonna get him out. He comes out pretty easy. So when I first got him out, I'm gonna warn everybody right now that this happened. I got him out earlier and his head popped off, and now I'm having. That seems to be the biggest issue right now. Is his head is very, very touchy, and it pops off very easily. Alright, so from when I was messing with this guy, there is a lot to him, so this video might be a little long, but I'm going to try not to make it too crazy. But this one is going to be probably a longer video, just because also I'm kind of going over this, not really the first with you guys, but you know, because I did say I did mess with it a little bit, but he comes with an instruction booklet. Okay, yeah, that's how much stuff. And that doesn't look like a lot, but it's kind of crazy. There's the other piece of the instruction. So, yeah, you know, I had to before I got into it with you guys, I wanted to figure out what some of these pieces did. So let's go over his accessories. And while we go over the accessories, I'll kind of go over each item kind of individually. So, let's go ahead and start with the shield. So, here's the red and blue shield. Let's see here. The shield is slightly over 2 inches. So just like 2 inches and an eighth, kind of. Maybe not even that. Maybe like a 16th. It does have some real kind of rough edges here. It's not the best shield. It looks great like this, but as you run your finger around like this right here, you can kind of see it. Now, I'm going to tell you right here, this is my biggest concern is these pads back here. These pads, I don't know why they put these pads in here. I guess maybe if you just want him to hold it, something to that effect, but he really can't even hold it. He doesn't have any hands just to hold this without some extra appendage to it. So, these little pieces right here, and they are super, super difficult to get off the first time. I had to use a pair of a flathead screwdriver, and I kind of scarred it, but these things, oh, see, I got them in there nice and loose now, but these things go in there, see, they're flat, and they have these two little holes, and the two little holes, they can just go right there together. But when they first come in, mine first came in, I mean, it was so tight, I couldn't get my fingernail or nothing underneath it to pop it out. I mean, I was driving me nuts. I was going crazy trying to get that out of there. Let's look at the, and I'll kind of show you what some of the hands that go with this is kind of the same gist. They plug and play like that. So we'll go over that. See, this one is, I haven't touched this one. And this is the same size, just about 2 inches and a 1/16 or an 1/8, something like that. So very cool. I like this shield. I still think it's cool, but I'm going to go with the classic. So he's got a bunch of pieces. So this right here, we'll go over it here in a little bit, but this attaches to his back. It attaches, see, he's got 2 holes right here, the 2 holes, and that actually attaches to the shield like this and then plugs into his back. We'll go over that when we look at him. So that piece is pretty cool. And then you can kind of make it like he's holding the shield with these 2. He comes with 2 of these. Oh, come on. They look identical. So they look like that. So this plugs into his wrist. Y'all have seen some of those. I think the bigger versions have that. Mezco has something just like that. But see, they plug into the back of the shield. So you would put it like this and then put his hand like over it. And so this would go in the wrist, and then it would look like he's holding the shield like this. So that's one of the pictures on the website. So they're right there. So you can see, if you zoom in, you can see there's the little clear piece right there that goes around the wrist to just kind of make it look like he's holding it. So that's pretty cool. You could also make it look like he's about to throw it with that. You know, there's several different variations you could do with this piece right here. Or all of them. And then he has 2 of these. So I'm not real sure why he has 2. I guess 1 for each shield if you want to do that. But this is just an over the arm kind of piece. It hooks onto the shield just like the rest of them. You can see that one side is kind of tapered and one side is not. So it's kind of a taper. That's kind of a smaller side to that side. So this would be the wrist side, and this would be, the bigger side of the forearm. And then, and this right here, he comes with 2 of these. So this is another piece that plugs into, trying to get the other one out. All right, so this is another, see, it plugs right here. There's the 2 holes. So this right here, and I'll get into this actually plugs into the side of one of the pouches on his legs. Like I said, we'll cover that once we start getting into him. I think that'll be the easiest way to go about this. And he's got a whole ton of hands. So he's got, on the first one here, he's got these 2 hands. This one has a hole in it, so he could hold something. He doesn't come with anything to hold. Not like a pole, but I guess you could give him a gun if you had one. And then this one is to basically put to the shield, and he could hold the shield with that one. You got to be careful because literally you got to put this on the shield with that piece and then slide his arm through it, and then it's kind of difficult, but I'll show you in a second. And then he's got this is the opposite hand that you could grip it with, and then he's got like a open like a paw hand, like a paw hand. I don't know how to describe that. And then the last set of hands is he's got an open hand just like this, and then these 2 are kind of like that picture I showed you with him holding the shield. Those would be those hands right there. So kind of you can see, and there's the one that looks like he's about to grab the shield off of his back. See, you can't, that's underneath it like that, and then he doesn't have anything there. Okay, so last but not least, before we get into the figure, he does come with a base, an arm, and then 2 different claw sets. So I'm not real sure why they get 2 different claw sets, but they look to be identical. I haven't taken them out and messed with them. I don't really plan on it. Oh, well, they came out real easy. Yeah, they're identical. Like you can see, those are identical. So no big deal. Nothing different that most of you guys have not seen. It's pretty much you know, the pole goes into these holes, and you know, you kind of clip it on. It's not very difficult. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the figure. I'm going to zoom down a little bit here. All right, so, or move down. So this figure's got some really good articulation, which we'll get into in just a second, like my normal videos. But he does look really good. I like the face. I think the head's a little too small for my taste. The paint is very metallic. It's very shiny in most places. But you know, there's highlights of the metallic, as you can tell, and then there's like the flat down here. The red is flat, the grayish white is flat, so it kind of gives you an idea. And man, I got my lights on and everything. It looks very dark. I really like this figure. I mean, there is quite a bit going on. There is a lot going on. Kind of show you his back there. See, that's where that one plugs in. Okay, so now that we're to that kind of aspect, before we get into the what do you want to call it, the articulation. So let's go over the add-on or the plug-in pieces. So you just kind of take this, and you kind of have to use this piece. And I already showed you how to put it on there. That's pretty self-explanatory, and the instructions show it even better. You have to kind of get your nail or something in here inside. This is like concaved here, and you just get your nail in there. I got a little bit of a nail, and see, I took that right out. Now you can plug that in, and so now the shield can go right there. I put it on there, but these things are kind of a pain to get on and off. So, and this piece, I've almost lost it like 6 times trying to get it out of there. Once you get it out once, it seems to come out pretty easy after that, so be careful. It still goes back in really well, but if you go to, you know, get it out, it comes out pretty easily. So I just don't want you guys to, you know, mess around with it and go poop and come out. Here's, oh man, I just flicked it. Okay, so here's this piece. All you got to do is take the wrist off. Y'all know what to do. Pop that off, so you get this little tab underneath there. And then you stick the tab on top. Let's see, like that. And you stick the wrist back on top of that. Oh. Oh, I gotta do that the right direction. That probably works better with the right hand. Let me grab the hand that's supposed to go on there, because with the fist hand, that doesn't seem to be working so well. All right, so let's try that again. So put that there, just like that, and then take the hand and then pop it on there. Yeah, that's much easier with the correct hand that, you know, kind of goes with this little action here. See, now if you had the shield, you would have that down like that, or you could do like that. And I think I don't have it tightened very well, because I'm going to, you know, but it's kind of flimsy. Like I said, I didn't tighten it down all the way, so you know, hopefully that gets a little tighter. If or maybe you could try a different hand or something to see how that works out. I don't know, it's on there pretty tight. Okay, and the other piece that takes a kind of a special touch or special little care, you know, this piece right here. Okay, so you know how it plugs into the shield. We've been over that. Okay, so what you got to do, okay, so to get this piece in, so this piece kind of looks like, if you look at the piece, this right here, the outside kind of resembles this. It goes in the pouch here. So you take, see this right here? So you take that pouch and you kind of move your thumbnail. See how that came out? So you kind of have to get back and forth, see? Okay, so now see that came out. So it's just 2 pegs. And so now you can plug and play that in there. And so now, I don't know if there's a right to the top and bottom. Yeah, there's a top and a bottom, so you have to be kind of careful. Okay, I'm not going to keep messing with this, so you can see it. There's a thicker end on this end. See how it's thicker? And see how this is thinner? The gap, so you can see that plays in there. So the part with like the 45 on it goes at the top, the 45 angle, and then this, the one that's straight, goes at the bottom. So it is very tight. You may have to mess with it a minute. I'm just afraid I'm going to break mine during the video, and I don't want to do that. So, and I don't plan on, basically what you would do is, it shows it in here, you would basically put the shield on his side, which I don't plan on doing that, so that's not a big deal for me. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the articulation of this guy. So articulation, like I said, the head keeps popping off, so I don't know how far I'm going to get into that. It moves pretty good. So that's down. See? One big downside. Not much up anyways, so that's, I mean, you really want Captain America looking up. He does have this little flap shoulder pad, and it's connected to this cup in here. So as you can see, moves in like that. So up, not much up because of the cup. So oh yeah, I got it to go. So there you go. You can get about that. If you rotate this downward, you gotta be real careful with that. You can get up like that. So it just kind of looks awkward. There you go. I don't know why you would. I'm not going to do that to mine. It does have a bicep swivel. You can kind of see that there. He has a ball here as a joint. So he doesn't have double jointed, but he kind of does. It's more like a single, and it's just that roller ball right there. It's kind of a different thing there. And then he does have a ball swivel wrist, but it's a very tiny one. Like, very, very tiny. Makes it kind of awkward. I think on the fist hands it looks better, so you can see that. You can't really see that ball on that side. Ab crunch, doesn't really have an ab crunch, not much. He does have a side swivel here, not much swivel at the waist. There you go. Okay, I got it. It just had to kind of work itself loose. So yeah, he can swivel on the side. This piece right here, just to give you an idea, this is loose. So this his crotch and his butt moves around very freely. It's soft. It can, it can be moved, fairly simple. So when you do a move that crouches him down, that kind of moves up, just to give you a heads up. These boxes kind of get in the way. So, and I don't think you can take them off. They look like they're stuck on. So that kind of sucks for articulation for the legs, for side to side. That's pretty good for forward. Doesn't have like an upper thigh swivel or anything, but you can get, a pretty good little maneuverability out of the top of the legs. He does rotate at the leg here. He rotates like right here. And he does have double jointed knees, but they're on that ball system right there. See, you can see that, how awkward that looks. And then he also does move right here at the top of that bottom knee. You can see that. And then he moves at the ankle right here. And then you can kind of see there's a little bit of up and down. And then he has a toe crunch, but it's not much. Like it's very tight on that side. Let's see what this side. This side's looser. So there you go. There's a little bit of a toe crunch. So overall, this is a very different style of figure. I like it. My complaints are at least in my figure, this could be different for everybody's figure, is that excuse me, edit that out. Edit. My complaints are that the head pops off very easily, very, very easily. And the side articulation for the legs is not really there. It's kind of different. That's not always a bad thing. I actually kind of like that. And the legs are very loose. The joints are not real tight. I wish the joints on the legs were as tight as the arms. The arms, The elbows on the arms are very tight. They hold very well. You can make poses and they stay. Trying to make him pose on his knees or bending the legs, he wants to collapse. They don't want to stay firm. So makes it very difficult to make a pose, but you can get a lot of poses out of him if he'll stay. So if your figure has tight legs, you can get a lot of good photos out of this guy. So I guess it's kind of a gamble. So in my opinion, I recommend him if you're a huge Captain America fan. As far as I know, this Bring Arts version, they have an Iron Man. I don't know what version. I just know it's Iron Man. It may be, I think it's just a different version. He is gold and red, and they have an Iron Spider, which I'm still contemplating on. I'm not crazy about this one, but if I can find one for a good deal, I'm going to grab him. So, but be careful out there. I've been bit this week several times for, what do you want to call it? Knockoffs, that kind of stuff. I can't think of what they call them right now, but I bought a Bandai figure, I bought a SH Fig Arts figure, and I bought a Mezco all in 1 week, and they were all fake. So the Mezco was kind of my fault. I saw the signs, that was my fault, but the other two were advertised as, oh no, the Bandai was my fault. I kind of thought the Bandai was going to be a fake, but the Mezco and the SH Fig Arts were not my fault. Seller lied to me, basically. It's eBay, so go figure. But be careful out there. This is another figure that can be knocked off really easily. I'm pretty sure I have an authentic one in this situation. I've looked all over the internet. This one seems to be pretty authentic. I don't think there's any fakes out there right now. So, but if I do have one and you notice that, give me a holler. Let me know that I have a fake one. I'll try to put pictures of the box in there so maybe you guys can tell. Overall, really happy with it. It's pretty cool. It's different. I like that aspect. I hate getting the same figure over and over and over again. A lot of the Marvel Legends, you see once, you've seen a million times kind of thing. So it's kind of nice to have a different take on it. Even though the head's kind of small and the hands are kind of big, but you know, that's cool. It's a different style. I like that. So anyways, that's it. You guys hit me up on Instagram anytime you want to. Link is in the description. Page is growing or channel's growing. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Even if it's only a minute, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Like I said, this video is kind of long, but hopefully everybody stuck around. Hopefully this video helps a lot of people out to whether to purchase this one or not. Because like I said, I couldn't find any videos except for just a few like on a rotator table or promotional shots. So, yay. All right, you guys take care. Have a good one. And remember, this is just plastic.